Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity, a show about weirdos. With your hosts, John Fahey, Aaron Peter, and Matt Brousseau.
Hello, folks. Welcome to Profiles in Eccentricity. It's a show about weirdos, doggone it. My name is Johnboy. I'm your host, John Francis Fahey. Joining me as ever is Diddle Me Scott.
Diddle Me Scott?
In space, no one can hear you cream.
Oh, God. From the movie Galian?
Yeah, and Prometheus.
Oh,
Prometheus?
I got nothing.
Those are all from our friend Joe Latchett.
Wow, thanks, Joe.
Just today, man. What a guy.
Is it Prometheus or Prometheus?
Oh!
Oh, my God. What did you
Personally,
guys
I'm
just
pro-meat the ass.
I need to make friends with it.
Hi.
Over there we have handsome Matt Brousseau, Cape God.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Good to see you, fellas.
You too?
We are, as ever, in the midst of ever expanding the studio here, folks.
It's a fun drive.
And man, the numbers are now firmly above 400 on Patreon, which is very flattering and very sweet of you. We love you guys. And we have a lot of fun over there. And this week, if we're recording right after this,
Yeah, we're going to do Patreon right after.
we can expand on some of the things we talk about in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
But it's $5 a month, folks. Hit up our Etsy store for some T-shirts, and help us build out a little bit. We're almost there, but we just need a little push.
You just tap it in.
Gentlemen, I want to put together a team of remarkable individuals. Okay?
Oh, yeah?
Yes.
A, B, C team.
Say, Revengers, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay,
You know?
cool.
And we're going to start with a non-white. You
What?
know? Yeah. Remember the Avengers are all white. The first one I'm going to share with you is what I would consider the Black Widow of our group.
Okay.
And I would say that what you're going to see here is even
Greta Scott King.
is even you can see proof. I think that the actual outfit would come directly from this performer here. Matt, would you mind?
Oh, okay,
that's
sure.
very
It's we're going to start with the first link I sent you, which is the trailer
Okay.
of it's a Russ Meyer film, Aaron.
Okay, I'm
And
familiar.
So you're familiar with this this era of 1965 California. Check this out and listen to this guy's. I love this guy.
Oh,
Yes, this would be considered an exploitation movie.
Yes, very much, and kind of.
Ladies and gentlemen, go for a wild ride with the Watusi cats. But beware, the sweetest kittens have the sharpest claws.
See a lot of go-go
For your own
dancers.
safety, see faster pussycats. Kill. Wild women,
For your own
wild
safety.
wheels. Race the fastest pussycats, and they'll beat you to death. Superwoman,
Beat you to
belted, buckled, and booted.
You see that outfit, Aaron?
Oh, yeah. How could I miss it?
You're wasting yourself on this kid and hanging this up for nothing. For nothing? It's got nothing to do with the money. She is the money. Jack and Jill, they make the mafia look like brownies.
Hey, he's a big one, ain't he? Got mustard all the way to his ears.
Yeah. 10% of your action be enough for anyone.
no.
Everybody's real
Too
horny.
much for one man to
A
handle.
lot of violence.
Then again, you never can tell.
You girls a bunch of nudists, or you just short of clothes?
Right now, you're first on my list. And I always try to be top.
God, I didn't do thinking about the hay.
one channel. And your channel's busy tuning in outside. You really should be AM and FM.
So who do I get to take care of? The muscle man? You got 2 of everything. And some left over.
3 balls?
You did one. You wanted big. Breast or thigh, darling?
Why don't you take one of each, son? They both look tender. He's got a big motor to feed.
Oh, my God.
Give me your breast.
My motor never runs out, baby.
You were too rough the last time.
Man, must get
All right,
sand
here's
in the
how it
pants.
works. Everybody's got to go.
You name it, we've got it. Faster pussycat kills two, delivers tons more than the opposition. Unladylike karate chops, ungentlemanly haymakers, spirited gymnastics, corrected table etiquette, sandbox jousting, or a muscle-bound cat wrestling with a roaring sports car that's intent
he's
upon
fucking the car.
squashing him like a grape.
That's right,
Bizarre kidney and chassis-rattling chases, and for the first time on the screen, a hay-making, belly-busting, karate-chopping, judo-flipping fight to end them all. Superwoman against man. The prize, life itself. Slashing, tackling,
And also
gouging,
some gun
hacking,
balls.
flipping, belting, smashing, and blasting. Muscle to muscle, bone to bone.
Face
For
to
an
face.
incredible evening's entertainment, a film so totally satisfying. See Russ Meyer's Faster Pussycat. Kill.
So that's
Okay, I will.
that is Tura Satana.
Uh-huh.
Is the lead there.
Mhm.
And that's my first pick here.
Wow.
As
Strong start, John.
her father was a Japanese silent film actor,
Mhm.
and her mother was I'm sorry. Her father was a Japanese silent film actor, but he was of Filipino descent,
Mm.
and her mother was a circus performer of Native American and Ulster Scots background.
Incredible.
What's that?
That's the Northern Irish that used to beat us up.
Got it.
And they were imprisoned in one of the Japanese internment camps, of course. And she later went to Chicago after the internment camps, and she started a gang called the Angeles. They were Italian, Jewish, and Polish girls from the neighborhood.
That's nice. They all got together because all the men's groups were split by that.
Yeah.
She said we had leather motorcycle jackets, jeans, and boots, and we kicked ass.
Cool.
And
Pretty cool.
she was sent to reform school because of her frequent delinquency.
And the ass kicking.
When she was 13, her parents arranged her marriage to 17-year-old John Satana. So that is her real name.
Jesus.
Wow. Yeah.
In Mississippi, and that lasted 9 months.
Oh.
She moved to Los Angeles by the age of 15, and she used a fake ID to hide she was a minor, and she began burlesque dancing.
Nice.
Yeah. She used to perform at the Trocadero,
Mm-hmm.
and she became a model for silent screen comic Harold Lloyd.
Oh, classic.
And he would appear in Harold Lloyd's Hollywood Nudes in 3D.
3D.
That's right. They
Busting out of the screen.
come out of the magazine or whatever.
Holy shit.
She returned to Chicago, started living with her parents again, and was dancing at Club Rendezvous. And she was known as Galatea, the statue that came to life.
Mm.
And she was offered a raise to become a stripper. Around that time, she met Elvis Presley.
I'm familiar.
The singer.
And they began a romantic relationship, and it ended with him proposing to her and her saying no, but keeping the ring.
Yeah.
Smart move. Yeah.
Um,
Yoink.
but she said Harold Lloyd was the guy that got her, like, the confidence to, because she's like, I thought I was an ugly child.
Not true.
No. And he was like, you have a symmetrical face. The camera loves it.
With those big old hooters.
Yeah.
Camera loves that.
Uh-huh. But Harold Lloyd's doing with his weird facial expressions and stuff.
She started with a cameo as Suzette Wong, a Parisian prostitute in the firm Irma Leduce, which starred Jack Lemmon and Shirley MacLaine. And then she was in Who's Been Sleeping in My Bed, which had Dean Martin and Elizabeth Montgomery.
Wow.
And then she would be in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Cool.
And she then started in Varla in Faster Pussycat Kill Kill. And that's 1965. And like we've kind of talked about before, it's like the height of like motorcycle culture and, having a sex movie without it being a sex movie. And a lot of, intense, trashy violence. I always kind of stayed away from that stuff. It always screamed of rockabilly to me. But now that I see that trailer, I really kind of do want to see it.
Yeah.
But,
Got some hip action.
Some judo throws.
Yeah.
yeah, bad table manners.
But you can't, yeah.
Do you hear that? Bless you, Angel.
Probably.
Ungentlemanly karate chops.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unladylike,
Mm-hmm.
behavior.
Women want to fuck, cars want to kill.
So she's very aggressive. She's very sexual, as you can tell in the trailer. And she did all of her own stunts, all of her own fight scenes. And Richard Corliss, the film critic, said it was the most honest, maybe the most honest portrayal in the Meyer canon, and certainly the scariest. It was originally called The Leather Girls, and it's an ode to female violence based on a concept created by Russ Meyer and screenwriter Jack Moran. And at her first audition, they said, that's Varla. Wow. It was shot on location in the desert outside L.A., and Meyer said Satana was, quote, extremely capable. She knew how to handle herself. Don't fuck with her. And if you have to fuck her, do it well. She might turn on you. Why would you have to fuck her?
You have to.
If you have to.
If you gotta, do it well, because she might go wrong.
Hail Mary pass in the fourth quarter.
She was responsible for adding key elements of the visual style and energy of the production, including her costume, the makeup, usage of martial arts, dialogue, and the use of spinning tires in the death scene of one of the main male characters. She came up with many of the film's best lines. There's a point where a gas station attendant is saying he wants to see more of America, but he's just staring down her shirt, and she says, "You won't find it down there, Columbus." And Meyer basically said it was like her film as much as anybody's. Like, she really contributed a lot to it. And then she would go on to do Astro Zombies, immortalized in the Misfit song, the Doll Squad. Then she was shot by a former lover.
With a gun?
Was it Elvis?
With a gun. I don't know. Hey, he does have guns.
Yeah.
We know that.
He loves karate.
And then she was hired by a hospital. She studied nursing. She briefly worked as a dispatcher for the LAPD. And
nice.
And then she was in 1981. She had her back broken in a car accident. She was in and out of hospitals. Spinal, yeah. And in 2002, she kind of had like a bit of renaissance, and she came back and did like prequels to Astro Zombies and stuff like that. And she has 2 daughters. She died in February 2011, and she died of heart failure. Apparently, she is immortalized in a lot of songs. A lot of people pay tribute to her, but the reason why she's on the team is just before her 10th birthday. She was facing a lot of bigotry and racism in Chicago, because of her race, and she was gang raped by 5 men.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. And then her dad started teaching her martial arts.
Wow.
And over the next 15 years, she tracked all of them
down.
I
was just going to say, did she fucking go on revenge?
Yeah, she really did. It's like probably fair to say that this story was inspiration for like Kill Bill or something like that. And she didn't specify what kind of revenge she doled out because
a lady never tells.
It might be a problem. But she goes, none of them knew who I was until I told them.
Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So that's
it's like
why
Inigo Montoya with rape.
Yeah. So that's why Tura is on the team, fellas.
Okay.
There's just not a ton there, so I wanted to start with a little shorty. But what do you think about this gal, huh?
I love
15 years?
Yeah.
Revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh yeah.
It took me a while to understand what that meant.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Probably until I was 30.
Really?
I had no idea what that meant, but what it means
is wait a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't do it while you're hot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they'll never expect it.
They'll never expect it, and you'll be more calm in the way you dole it out. Yeah. You'll be more thoughtful.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be rushing in like, oh, shit just happened to me.
Right.
You'll have a lot of time to think about the best way to do it.
Yeah. But, man, 15 years.
Yeah,
5 guys.
At 10?
She wasn't even 10 when she was gang raped.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But then it's also admirable, too, that she has, like, the power to stay so fierce and sexual.
Yeah.
In, like, her professional life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even in, like, her burlesque performance, it was notable because it took in martial arts
Yeah,
into the dancing.
that's cool.
You know, which is no wonder why Elvis would fucking love her.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's the first on the roster.
Varla Satana.
Yeah. No. Varla is her name in the movie.
Oh.
Tura Satana.
Tura
Tourist-
Satana.
Also,
Yeah.
great name.
Incredible name.
I like the idea of her, like, she's, in LA and she's like, yeah, I'm going to Chicago for the weekend. I'm going to stab a man.
Yeah. Well, that's just the first one, fellas.
Now we've got
Okay.
a Black Widow. Okay.
Now, we're going to go ahead and move on. Now, I also have to say, Tura Satana was recommended to me from my friend Rachel Satya, that does amazing paintings. Check her out. It's Rachel.Satya on Instagram. And she does these amazingly vivid and realistic scenes from, like Halloween or like cool movies and shit. I think my favorite thing I ever saw her do was, I told you about when she juxtaposed Naomi Watts from Mulholland Drive with the Predator in Predator 2.
Oh my god.
Dreaming about how like it just got to LA with its hands behind its head. It's so fucking funny. But love you, Rachel. Thank you for that suggestion.
Thank you, Rachel.
It blew my mind, honestly.
Yeah, she does seem iconic.
She tracked them down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, presumably she knew who these guys were
Yeah.
at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Or she had to extract from
Each one, the next
one.
one.
Give me a name.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. But yeah, so we got a little revenge theme going.
Got that.
Okay.
Like that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the next one was sent in by Dodger.
Mm.
Kudos to Dodger. This is a young man who was known as the Alaskan Avenger. Okay.
Okay, yeah, there's few different ways I can imagine what that means.
He was. What do you mean? He's going after the ice or whatever?
Well, yeah, he's avenging for Alaska, or he's avenging Alaska, or maybe he just fights, humans for animals' sake.
It seems to me it was just where it happened.
Oh, okay.
But he was born in Anchorage, Alaska.
Hmm.
His name is Jason Vukovich. And he was born to a single mother. She later married this guy named Larry Lee Fulton. He was about 4 when he was adopted. But and he also had he had a brother named Joel. I'm not sure if he was younger or older. But both of them were abused by this Larry Lee Fulton.
Don't like that.
No.
Also, I don't like that part running through this whole show.
No.
That's okay. That's part of the story.
Yeah.
Just saying I don't like it.
He was beaten with pieces of wood,
Oh, for Christ's sake.
whipped with belts by his stepdad.
Don't like that.
In 1989, Larry Lee Fulton was charged with second-degree abuse and molestation of a minor, and he was convicted.
Cool.
But he only received a 3-year suspended sentence from the Superior Court judge, and he was allowed to return home.
Oh, good.
And beat the shit out of some more kids.
Yeah, he's not just beating them either.
He was fucking rape diddling them.
Yes.
Suspended sentence.
Dude, what it...
Well, if you keep it up.
Can you blame the mom?
Yeah, so it's like a thing too where like they were like highly religious,
Oh.
and these were like
You don't say.
late night prayer sessions.
What?
Yeah, for real.
As if that somehow explains...
Yes, of course. Well, we were praying.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty grim. But yeah,
The judge is like, well, just don't do it one more time or else we're putting you in jail.
You get one.
Yeah.
and so he goes home. He continues abusing them, and they said nobody was like checking on them, and so him and his brother just run away when he's like 16.
Good.
And
Like radio flyer.
yeah, but I mean that's the thing. Like they're feral kids, you know what I mean? Like, and they're already damaged, So he moves to Washington, gets down there, and what can he do, right? So he's just stealing, right? So the cops are like they get to know him, a la the Barefoot Bandit kind of thing. They're like, oh, this fucking guy again,
Mm-hmm.
And he had criminal records in Oregon, Idaho, Montana, and California as well.
That's pretty cool. It's like a punch card.
Mm-hmm.
Your fifth state's, you get a sandwich.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. In 2008, he moves back to Alaska, and he is charged with several criminal offenses.
Okay, this is what I'm looking forward to here.
Including theft, possession of a controlled substance. That could be anything.
Yeah.
It's controlled. What's wrong with it?
Yeah.
Uncontrolled substance.
Those are
That's
the ones you got to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
These substances are out of control, dude.
Holy
It's like
shit.
flubber.
He also had an assault charge that he was convicted for, but he denied against his wife at the time. So in 2016, by then I'm out here doing this show with you boys. I think
You're basically on the run
just
yourself.
I think maybe 2017.
Yeah.
Vukovich starts reading through the sex offender registry of Alaska. Right?
Nice.
You just sit on the toilet going, what do we have here?
Yeah. And he
Drake.
he starts he starts highlighting some names in there, you know what I mean? And it's all people with offenses with children under the age of 12.
Yeah.
And not that the other ones are better.
No, but I mean, some tasks are just too daunting.
Yeah. You got to start somewhere.
Realistic goals.
Yeah.
So, on the morning of June 25th, 2016, Vukovich knocks on the door of Charles Albee. In 2003, he was convicted of second-degree abuse of a minor. And he orders Albee inside and tells him to sit on the bed. Just knocks on his door. Just get in there, fucking pedo. Right? Tells him to sit on the bed. And he starts slapping him.
This is not his stepfather.
No.
This is just some guy he found.
You said Albee?
Yeah.
So you start at the top of the list.
Yeah, exactly.
Albee.
Okay, great.
Pretty high up there.
Aronson. Oh, Aronson is 16. Okay, so
I didn't pick up on that.
Did he duct tape him to a chair? Was this the 90s?
No. There's no chair. And then he tells them how he found his home address, and he knows what he's done. And then he just takes a bunch of shit and he leaves.
Steals his shit.
Steals his shit.
Okay.
Slaps him, though.
Okay.
yeah,
Which is funny.
it is.
Now there's a guy named Andres Barbarossa.
Okay, yeah.
He is starting with a
The guy named Vukovich is going, holy shit,
He's
man.
Yeah, his nuts are shaking.
I swear she was 13.
2 days later, he enters Andres Barbarossa's home. He had been convicted of kidnapping a kid and possession of
A child.
possession of child.
Sexual
Porn.
abuse material.
Yeah.
Is that controlled or uncontrolled?
This time, he shows up at 4 a.m. with 2 girls.
Young?
I don't know.
Okay.
I doubt it. Doesn't seem like it's a thing. But these gals, I mean, probably could hang with Tura
Mm-hmm.
because they start like videotaping this encounter, right? On a cell phone. He comes in. He's got a hammer.
Ahima.
Yeah. So I think we know what Avenger he is. He tells him to sit down, and he says, he goes, otherwise I'm going to bash your dome in.
Okay.
Right?
Does he have a mask on or anything? Because
No.
they're filming this, so.
No, so that's part of it, too, where I'm like, what's going, like, there's an aspect to this that is a little sad for the pedos, and it's kind of like, I know. I know. But I mean, like,
we won't turn that into the soundboard clip.
no. But I'm saying like it's just also like this thing where it's like, what are you filming this about? Like, because it seems like it's like you're making something to get off on,
Right.
doesn't it?
Maybe.
There might be like an internet forum you can post them on.
Yeah, they could be like, we're out here killing pedophiles, whatever, you know.
Smash that like and subscribe.
Smash that dome.
Smash that dome. Exactly. Yeah. And then he punches him in the face.
Cool.
Yeah. He said later that he was there to collect what he owed, and one woman and Vukovich, they rob Barbarossa, and they steal his truck, and they leave.
Okay.
Okay. Then it's let's see here. Just 2 days later again, on June 29th, Wesley Demarest, right?
Nobody's in the seas.
Nobody in the seas. He was convicted of attempted sexual assault of a minor in 2006. Wakes up to Jason Vukovich forcing his way into his home at 1 a.m. He tells Demarest to lie in his bed. Demarest says no. And then Vukovich says, get on your knees. And he says no again. And then he cracks him in the fucking head with the hammer.
Oof.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that fractures his skull. During the assault, he tells Demarest, I'm an avenging angel. I'm going to mete out justice for the people you hurt. He steals a bunch of his shit, including a laptop. Also, like, the fucking theft is like, how much are you avenging?
Yeah, I think he's just finding ways to feel better about thievery.
Yeah. And also, like, maybe guys that aren't that thrilled about calling the cops.
Exactly.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's avenging high prices.
So Demarest wakes up later, covered in his own blood. He calls the cops. Jason is just a few blocks away, sitting in his Honda Civic, with all the shit he stole, the hammer, and a crossed-off list of names.
Oh, okay. He's got the list with him.
Yeah.
You can't let someone find that.
He was arrested. Of course, he was charged with 18 counts of assault, robbery, burglary, and theft. He pleaded not guilty, but instead he made a deal with the prosecution. He pled guilty to first-degree attempted assault and other consolidated counts of first-degree robbery. In exchange, the prosecutors dismissed over a dozen other charges, which led to a sentence of 23 years in prison with 5 years suspended and another 5 on probation.
Okay.
He wrote to the Anchorage Daily News from prison and said, I thought back to my experience as a child. I took matters into my own hands and assaulted 3 pedophiles. If you have already lost your youth like me due to a child abuser, please do not throw away your present and your future by committing acts of violence.
Let me do it for you.
Yeah, exactly.
He appealed his sentence because of his PTSD. Like how it should be a mitigating factor in the case. And he lost the bid in October 2020. Some Alaskans consider him a hero, but the judge ruled vigilantism will not be accepted in our society. Ember Tilton, his attorney, shared the sentiments of thousands who have pledged their support on several online petitions, pleading for his release. To them, the cyclicality of violence and trauma will unlikely end by keeping victims turned criminals in jail. He said, I don't think he needs to be punished. He's already been punished. This whole thing started out as the punishment of a child who didn't deserve to be treated this way.
Right. But the state wants the monopoly on violence.
Right. Yeah.
This guy's like, meanwhile, I'm doing this for free. I'm saving the taxpayers' money.
Yeah. And maybe I get a laptop or 2 or car.
You guys should see what's on this thing.
Yeah. It's a tough one. You know?
Yeah.
There's a part of me that's like, is he just being a scumbag? And I don't think so, but it's also like, I mean, he just never had a chance.
He never had a chance, and he, it's like Dexter, right? Like, he's channeling the trauma into something that he considers to be justified or productive or less criminal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's still criminal,
of course.
He is just stealing shit. It somehow would be better if he just killed these guys.
But I think also, like, the 2 days, like the thing of it, like it's a rampage and it's becoming more violent.
Yeah.
And it's like I think it would have gone to killing these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, and each one seemed to happen earlier. It was like what? It was like 7 a.m. and then 6 a.m. and then 1 a.m. or something like that.
Who the fuck are those girls?
Some ride or dies.
Yeah.
Some real Alaskans right there.
Pussycat Killers.
Mhm.
Fucking hell.
Well, they probably went out drinking and someone had a video camera and he's a good timing guy.
Yeah, sure.
And he said, "Hey, anyone want a laptop?"
Hands go up.
Yeah, the Alaskan Avenger.
Uh-huh.
Jason Vukovich and Dahlstead, is that his name? The last one?
Mm-hmm.
He has campaigned for him to serve his full sentence. And he said
The man who got hit by the hammer.
yeah. He said I would prefer Demarest. He said I would prefer not to be alive while he's out there walking around. And one of the newspapers said, I wonder if your victims feel the same way.
Yeah, that's a pretty good question.
Yeah. That's the thing is like it puts all that shit on its head and you're kind of like
And the sad thing is that probably a lot of these guys that he did fuck up
were remorseful
or they were victims themselves.
Yeah, and maybe they served their time and
Yeah, it's possible.
It's possible.
It doesn't make it.
no.
It doesn't give me much more empathy for them, but
Yeah, it's not exactly the best feeling to be like, well, there's probably just a guy out there who's going around like beating them up. Like, well, who is that guy?
might make you think twice.
Yeah, well, certainly if you're committing the crimes, maybe, but
They flash a hammer in the sky whenever you.
Yeah.
the hammer signal's up. Oh shit!
I better stop. I better leave this playground.
Yeah. It's honestly kind of crazy that there's not more of it in America.
Dude, I remember when I was in college and I just discovered that website, Megan's Law, and I was like, I would look at it and be like, what if I just fucking fuck these guys up?
Yeah.
Like when you're 20 and you're fucking full of testosterone,
Yeah.
and you're on this like
Righteous.
kick,
Yeah.
and you're like, man, Batman Begins just came out and shit, and you're like, man, I could just find these guys and knock on their door and just fucking fuck them up because they're out.
They're out. It's so weird. It's so weird.
And they're probably alone too.
Oh yeah, they're fucking alone as fuck.
Not a lot of dating going on with the.
Yeah. I think he should have done a few more.
Yeah.
Just to solidify the mythos.
Yeah, should he be out?
Who?
Jason.
Our guy.
Yeah.
23 years seems like a long time for just a petty burglary.
That's kind of the thing too. It's like, are you really just catching up with this guy about his criminal history? Like, not really the assaults on these people. Like,
right.
do you really not like having just a feral kind of guy out there?
Yeah, a guy doing your job.
But yeah, what do you think? Should he be out? Oh, Matt, that middle one is a picture from Reddit of after he's sentenced.
Oh, okay.
If you would like to see that.
The picture will determine my answer.
Yeah. That's usually how you roll.
Yeah.
But this is, that's him smiling at his brother that he was also.
Oh, no, he should be in jail. Top knot, full sleeves.
Yeah. He's got some face tats, too.
Oh, yeah, he should be in jail.
Yeah. But seeing his brother.
But also, what better place to fucking exact revenge on a bunch of assholes?
Yeah, you're not. I'm not locked in here with you.
Yeah, you're locked in here with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the fucking prison handyman.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
They gave him a hammer.
I think this picture actually really, seeing his brother that he was abused with really actually kind of moved me.
His brother's on the left.
Yeah.
Nice jacket. Seems they're both smiling at each other.
Yeah. And that's after he's sentenced to, a long time in prison. So it's kind of sweet.
Does he have a top knot or is that part of the painting?
Oh, I think it is part of the painting.
I think it is part of the
Okay.
painting.
Now, can he be let out?
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, you know.
Well, a lot of things.
He would keep going.
You think?
Yeah. I mean, if he was not ever caught, he would keep going.
Oh yeah.
And fuck, man, it's such a gray area. Crimes against kids are, it's not cool. It's the worst.
And I don't know what happened to his father. That's never really been covered in anything I read. But it's like your abuser never faced anything really.
Yeah.
Yeah. You meet out punishment. It's not arbitrary, but it is extrajudicial.
It's just like fucking like it's fucking you up as a child. It's fucking you got to see it happen to your sibling.
Yeah.
For the love of God.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just like both of you just have to become like fucking wild homeless children because you can't stay in this fucking house.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, my mom doesn't love me because she's not stopping this at all. And
yeah, that's the part that's like, go kill your mom. I was actually yesterday. Something popped up about Joseph Fritzl.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that guy in Austria who, I mean, he had imprisoned his daughter.
That's one of the worst things I've ever heard in my life.
It's bad. He imprisoned his daughter. He was already sexually abusing his daughter by the time she was 10 or 11. And then when she was 18,
he acted like she got abducted or something.
Yeah, and imprisoned her in the basement. And then
had a baby with her.
Had multiple babies with her.
Yeah, and
then those kids and some of his other kids, he forced them to expand upon the basement, like digging with their hands to make more underground. This underground sex torture area, and then when she would have the kids, he would basically say that he had found them, that they were orphans, and then he'd keep them, and then he would just more and more sexual abuse and torture, and then malnourishment, and no medical care.
Yep.
I mean, it's as bad as you think it is. Read some of the details of it; it's worse.
Yeah.
And then when do you remember that guy that kept the girls in the basement in Cleveland?
Yep.
Yeah.
They asked, like during his sentencing or maybe in an interview or something, he was like, "I know what I did was wrong. It was really bad, but that Joseph Fritzl guy is the most evil man that's ever."
Oh my God!
He's like, I'm not Joseph Fritzl.
Yeah.
Good God!
Look, they weren't even family.
I mean. Dude.
Yeah, there was a lot like those stories. Like it seemed like they kept coming for a couple of years. It was like there's no serial killers anymore. There's just people that keep people in their house.
Yeah. Some abductors.
Because there was like a guy out here in California that had a lady in the backyard for years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And his wife knew about it.
Yeah. What the fuck is up with that?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
you can't turn all your hate on the woman.
No, but they're supposed to be good.
No, but I'm guessing they're going through something too.
Yeah,
they're like, well, as long as he keeps
at least he's fucking them, not me.
The assault over the exactly.
Yeah, I think the Fritzl one though, like she was really like in the dark because it was like a little bit removed.
Yeah, not
no.
No, it doesn't add up.
No,
it does not add up. And there are worse cases. There's some American cases that are very similar to the Fritzl case where the husband and wife were.
Yeah,
in on it together, doing stuff to their kids and having kids with their kids.
Good God Almighty!
It's really bad, and that we don't do that stuff on the show. There's other podcasts that focuses explicitly on that.
Yeah, we only talk about the guys that beat him up.
Yeah.
And that's Jason Vukovich. So Matt, do you think he should be out?
I think his sentence. He probably should be out because I don't think his sentence should have been 23 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Come on.
Good time served. Good vigilanteism served.
Yeah, his time served was his youth.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I completely agree. Also, for this Demarest character, just get on the bed and take a couple slaps, and then lose your laptop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't call cops.
He told you he's going to crush your fucking dome in.
Yeah.
And then, pickety bam, that's what happens. You don't get on your knees either.
Listen to the man.
Listen to him.
He's being reasonable.
Yeah.
Showed up here with a couple of girls. 1 a.m. to the hammer.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe those girls
being reasonable.
Who knows? Maybe he was gonna let you have sex with these ladies.
I really doubt that.
Maybe he's gonna be like, "Hey, check out adult women." He was trying to rehab them.
Yeah.
Oh, no, all right, hammer time. Don't hurt him, Hammer. I will.
Damn.
All right, so we got 2 Avengers.
We got 2 Avengers. Let's take a little break and then we'll save. I don't know. I don't know which one. I don't know which Avenger this is going to be.
You will.
Oh,
You'll find
boy.
out. That's why we're here.
All right, we'll be right back, folks. And we're back.
Hey,
All right. I don't know what Avenger this will be.
we'll figure it out.
This one's kind of a rogue.
Well, she's an X-Man.
Born August 21st, 1959 in California. Shawn Nelson was the second of 3 sons. And he grew up in Claremont, San Diego.
Okay.
And Claremont was like one of these places where like it used to have like all of this industry that was like, a lot of rocketry and stuff like that. And then like all that industry kind of, just evaporated. And when that happens, these towns that, they sprung up to like accommodate workers coming, then like all these people are still there.
Yeah.
And things can go a little south.
They can.
So he's growing up there. In 1978, he enlists in the Army.
Okay.
And he receives training at Fort Knox. He's stationed in Germany as a tank commander. And then he was discharged honorably.
Oh, good.
Due to multifaceted disciplinary problems.
Okay.
Less good, but, honorably.
Yeah.
This guy's too crazy for the Army.
But I'll be goddamned if he's not honorable.
Yeah. And he starts. He begins to train as a plumber, and he starts his own business in San Diego in 1991. He got into a fight. In the emergency room at Sharp Memorial Hospital in 1990
Okay.
with a security guard. This guy just has a problem with authority. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What was the discharge from the hospital? Honorable?
I doubt it.
What was he in the ER for? Do we know?
The fight.
I don't remember what he went to the ER for, but his mother also died in the hospital. So he kind of had a bunch of like lawsuits there saying he was kind of given medicine without permission or his consent, and malpractice, I think, relating to his mother, and assault by the security guard and all this stuff. And the judge is just like, get the fuck out of here with all this. He throws them all out,
Thank you for your service.
Honorably discharged from the court.
His brother would later say that he thought he got a raw deal there, right?
What? Okay.
I mean, that's how he felt.
Yeah. No. I'm just, I heard that part. Trying to process the rest.
He begins to get known as a bit of an oddball, right? He's mowing lawns at night,
Well, it's probably the best time to cut the grass. It's the health,
Yeah, when they don't see it coming, they never suspect.
Yeah.
And then he starts digging in his backyard of his house. He loses his wife around this time.
Yeah.
She says that he's doing drugs and drinking too much.
Mowing lawns at night is
Yeah. Now, what drug do you think that might be, Aaron?
speed, meth.
Yeah, that's the one.
But honestly, the neighbors can't be too angry because now he's not mowing the backyard.
But he's also he's like a kooky semi-celebrity because they're like, oh, there goes Shawn.
Oh. Did he have one of those big bikes, the giant tires, the penny farthings? Just trying to think of other, just less dangerous oddball things he could be doing around town, you know?
I think he went there. I think he was there for a motorcycle crash in the hospital. Yeah, and
a lot. That's a lot of reason to be in the ER.
Yeah, he fought the road.
And so his wife leaves him, and then he starts digging for gold
in his backyard.
In the backyard,
all right.
And he's got he gets a permit for a mine
in his backyard.
In his backyard because he believes there's gold.
There you go. At least he went through the proper channel.
Yeah,
and it's like 20 feet deep, and I mean it's serious.
Yeah.
And
dial 811 before you dig.
Mm-hmm.
And there's the other meth heads are coming over. You know,
other meth heads.
Yeah.
Well, there's like a convention. They have a spidey sense of
they defined each other.
Yeah.
And they're digging, and I think it was according to a friend, she was saying that there's a great documentary about this guy called Cul-de-sac, and she said that basically the thing was like, get in there and dig, meth head, and I'll teach you how to plumb.
Okay.
Yeah. So they think like, oh, this is going somewhere.
Oh, good. Yeah.
You know,
pay your dues.
Right.
Yeah. And
it's night school.
And his his power gets turned off. Right.
Okay.
Oh, you don't need it.
His house is gonna be foreclosed upon. He had a theft of all his plumbing tools, and then the injuries are coming back, and he's dealing with those.
And he digs too deep and he can't get out.
I think this is the Mole Man.
Yeah.
Not really an Avenger, but a Fantastic Four villain.
The police said during 94 to 95, they had visited 9 times the police. Calls ranging from reports of domestic violence to a complaint that his van had been stolen. He struggled with alcohol and methamphetamine abuse, which is why his wife left him. His contracting business, that fell by the wayside.
He didn't have any tools.
So now he's unemployed. Power's getting shut off, and he's not really finding gold in the mine. A friend in the documentary, the same woman, also said that he was going to people and being like, look, showing them stuff, and then she was like, he was so desperate to get people to believe in the mine that he would buy gold and then sprinkle it in so that people would benefit this fucking gold, gold mine that's not a gold mine.
Oh my God.
He's just digging a hole in his backyard like a psychopath.
God damn.
I mean, we could try that. It is if you're not crazy, kind of a fun gag almost,
Yeah. Tricking people.
Yeah.
Around this time, he made he made a comment saying that Oklahoma was good stuff.
The musical?
The bombing.
Oh.
The bombing.
Oh.
Yeah, this is 1995.
Oh. I was way off.
And so then we have a news clip of what happens next.
Oh, okay.
He had broken up with his girlfriend. He was making statements alluding to suicide at the time. And this is
San Diego looked like a war zone. We'll show you the incredible rampage by a hijacked tank.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let's get you full screen here, Pally.
And San Diego looked like a war zone. We'll show you the incredible rampage by a hijacked tank.
Look at that Whataburger.
Man, that thing's cruising. I love he's just pulling that. It just knocked over a
It was a
lamppost.
frightening scene. A man who reportedly had emotional and financial problems got a hold of an army tank last evening and took it on a wild ride through the streets of San Diego, crushing everything in his path. Correspondent Reed Galen has the story and the incredible pictures.
58 tons of war machine on a rampage in San Diego.
I think we found our Avenger.
What?
War
An
machine.
apparently depressed, out-of-work plumber locked inside.
Locked inside.
34-year-old Shawn Nelson had been a tank crewman in the Army, but police had no idea who was at the controls until it was over.
He's been talking to his neighbors and friends about suicide and also going through some bad times, no money.
Nelson stole the M60 tank from a National Guard army. The gate was open. He broke into 3 locked tanks, unable to start the first 2. He wasn't noticed till he rumbled away in the 3rd.
We're seeing him here.
There was no ammunition in the tank. But Nelson left a trail of crushed cars, broken utility poles, and gushing fire hydrants
40 cars.
before rumbling onto the freeway in another improbable California chase scene. It was bizarre enough to appear almost comical at times.
Also, AC was with him.
Out of the tank, and he was yelling Plumber Bob.
But it wasn't.
He was yelling Plumber Bob with his head out of the tank.
It was trying to kill us.
Nelson did not seriously hurt anyone before getting hung up on a freeway barrier.
Oh, you fool!
Police managed to open a hatch as Nelson maneuvered to free the tank, refusing to surrender, and not knowing if he had a weapon, police said, they shot and killed him.
Yeah, they weren't
The
worried.
streets of American cities are often described as combat zones. No wonder. If Nelson hadn't hung up himself, police said, another tank might have been the only way to stop him. Reed Galen, CBS News, Los Angeles.
Ass clowns.
Now,
like Connie Chung and Tom Brokaw.
This is like the raw footage.
This was before cell phones, too. Or cell phone video.
Now they're just like, you see the cops like letting other people know in front of them, like, hey, get out of the way.
Like it's a grand tour.
That's so fucking crazy.
That's a what? It's a computer schnitzel.
Well, you skipped that whole lot there.
It's just dragging the stoplight down the street. Taco shop. This is just, Combat Zone San Diego right here. Camera guy's chasing him. This is good camera guy work.
Oh, man. All of these people on the road got to be like, holy shit, thank God he just didn't decide to come over here.
Yeah. And I guess all lights are green now. I'm just going to keep going. I'm not going to stop. Waiting for the tank to come back. Now they have a helicopter, too.
Well, now, Matt, you said you thought it was bullshit here. What, that they couldn't stop him with a tank?
No. They could stop him with the tank, of course.
Well, they only could stop him once he got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but
I don't think they had to shoot him at all. And people did say that. They were like, you can throw tear gas in there. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we've seen movies.
Oops, sorry.
But he had a tank.
He had a tank.
That's what they said. They were like, at the end of the day, the cops said we had to stop this guy.
What's the gas mileage of a tank?
Dog shit.
But yeah, these fucking things were inside the army base, and they were. He went into 3 of them before he got one to start, and they are push button. There's no keys.
Yeah.
Guess that makes sense.
It luckily was not
no artillery.
No artillery. That was stored somewhere else. But it turns out you can still do.
Dude, tanks are awesome.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Like without artillery, I guess another tank could just you get 2 tanks to chase him down.
They were saying
corner him, and then you.
Pincer movement?
Yeah, a little
pincer movement.
Yeah.
Very nice. They say, when it's fully loaded, it would be 58 tons.
Dude.
But I'm sure it's not too much lighter than that without it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see some of that footage there where he's just pushing a van for a while, and then he pushes the van into a mobile home on the street, and he just pushes a van through. It's it's fucking insane.
Tanks.
They're tanks.
Yeah, there's a reason they tank it.
So that went on for 23 minutes.
Man, that's it. I don't know. I guess people notice when there's a tank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They can't really hide that very well.
Yeah.
But that does seem quick.
Would you bring up the cul-de-sac trailer? There's a trailer which is basically just the beginning of the movie.
Uh-huh.
But in this movie, the filmmaker he really makes this point that basically society left this area behind, and kind of this is what you get, and that plays into all that stuff we're saying about the Trump voter, and how you're not going to make as much money as your parents did, and
yeah,
Not that I'm saying
right,
but it is a
casualty of that
yeah
industry leaving or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
But
he could have just stayed, another 10 years. We work in a brewery right now.
I mean, the key takeaway is that tanks are cool.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And also, I don't think that they shoot this guy. But this is the beginning of the movie Cul-de-sac.
35.
What?
It's young.
May 95, Shawn Nelson, a 35-year-old plumber from the suburb of San Diego, emerged from a mine shaft he constructed in his backyard.
Kind of a bat cave sort of situation.
After months spent mining for gold behind his Claremont home, Nelson, an Army veteran, drove a mile down the road to a nearby National Guard armory and stole a 60-ton tank. Now we see more aerial footage. Because obviously the rampage just begins.
I mean, at this point, he wanted to die.
Yeah.
This was suicide by cop by tank.
No one else was hurt. That is true, except for him. But man, he smashes those cars up good. That's not fun. But everybody's got insurance.
Drove up home. My next neighbor was screaming for me to come over, and I went over to his house. I thought he had played his guitar, and one of his speakers had fallen down and pinned him to the floor again.
Again?
Big speakers, man, are cool.
Everybody in this documentary.
Big speakers, man, are cool.
Go walking in, where he's standing there watching his TV, going, "Check this dude out."
Not exactly a killdozer, but
yeah, pretty close.
2-3 months before he ever took that tank, he had told me once we were out in the backyard over here.
In the backyard means doing meth.
Yeah.
Watching the satellite.
He said something about it. One of these days, Chuck, I'm going to take a tank and I'm going to drive it and park it on the city's hall on the steps and demand live TV so I can tell my statement.
Damn. Only thing gets stuck in that barricade.
The precious armory.
They asked me if he talked about the army, if he had, it had any vengeance against, like if he was some kind of terrorist type person type. What was his purpose and what was his, and I, was he craved on G.I. Joe type things? And no,
What did you tell him?
I told him no.
The Cul-de-sac, a suburban war story.
Looks cool.
It's very cool. Everybody in it, you can tell, is kind of a character.
Yeah.
Like you can tell how things are going for everybody in that scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But there's also some, like some wily characters in there that I really like. Where like there's a guy that was like, I'm kind of like, I'm on the fence, so I'm going like, oh yeah, well they, did they have to shoot him? Like I guess he's, but and like, I do agree, no. And there's so many people in there that are also kind of fucked up on hard times, but they speak up for him.
Yeah.
And they say he wasn't a bad guy,
Well, he didn't hurt anybody.
He did not hurt anybody.
No. Caused property damage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But there's a point where, like, the next day they go to the house, and there's a newscaster who it's really funny live reporting. Actually, we should probably bring it up.
Oh, okay.
Can you bring up the full cul-de-sac movie? It's very early on in it. This guy goes to the house, and you see like what a fucking methy shithole this is. But there's people around, and you're like, this is a foreclosed home. What the fuck are you guys doing here? And they're telling them to get out and shit. And it's like, the only guy that had a claim to this place, he's gone. But the guy, the newscaster gets all scared and shit.
Yeah. It's a fucking 80-foot pit.
No. It's only 20, but
it really is kind of like Bane, really. He emerges from the pit, steals some tanks, wants to park it up on City Hall to read a statement.
Yeah.
He's Bane.
And the statement, that like, there's no statement. You know what I mean?
What are you going to say?
Because the thing is, like, they gave him the permission to have a mind. Like, like he was like acting like he was like, they're trying to fuck me over. And, but it's all those meth fantasies playing out in your head.
Yes.
And, like I said, his girlfriend had left him. His wife had left him even before that. And that guy that says he was going to go make a statement, that guy's kind of like his Bucky. Yeah, they used to do a lot of meth together. That guy later, who seems very put together in the documentary, he's going like, yeah, well, he smoked a little dope and, he did some meth. And then he was like, he's the one that's going like, oh, well, one time he did show me some like flakes and stuff. And this other guy that I know that had a gold mine is like, oh, that's exactly what my dad's mine has, or whatever. So even his friend is still saying that like he was onto something, which is like,
no,
shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Like being a fucking idiot. This should be it.
It's like Albert Brooks.
Dirt, but yet Shawn did feel like he had gold, filing a claim with the city even. And then we heard from his roommate of 3 days, Tim Wyman, who said he was very disturbed, Shawn was. He was fighting. He felt he was being harassed by the city because the city wouldn't allow him to have his claim on what he thought was this gold mine.
Shawn started to dig a hole on the side of his house, and he ran into a little gold nugget. Or at least he thought he had found a golden nugget. And that made him want to, get into his gold mining a lot deeper than what he had gotten into.
Yeah.
So he dug a 17-foot hole in the backyard.
I say it's 25 feet, but I'm shorter than him, so.
Well, we measured it. It was 17 feet.
And then he started digging and digging. Next thing you know, you got a 14-foot hole with sump pumps and, big mounds in the back.
Pumps.
And he was using all kinds of different chemicals and acids and stuff like that. And he was getting somewhere. He turned his jacuzzi into a sluice. I mean, for a minute there, it was like, oh my God, gold fever. 49ers, I see there is such a thing as 49ers.
I told him, I want to believe you, Shawn, but I need to have some
All right, let's just stop and back up. Okay. So, that's just the end of it. There's a thing earlier where, like, the guy actually, you can see the hole when he's at the house. Oh, maybe it's later. I'm sorry. Anyway, that guy, that dude Chuck, he said like he would get crazy sometimes, and one time he would want everybody like to fight him, Shawn, and he's like, one time I did, and I broke his back. But anyway, you can tell all these people are kind of attached. You know what I mean? Like they're at least cruising on something.
Right.
Yeah.
They're zooted.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, digging a giant hole in your backyard, not the worst thing in the world.
No, as long as you put all your shit into that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then like getting swept away with all that stuff, and like that dude, like I said, like his Bucky or whatever. Oh, that guy. Yeah.
There we go.
WB Plummer.
Shawn was an intelligent man, and he was a good worker. I've seen some of the work that he's done, and I know what he's capable of. He read plenty of books on minerals and so on and so forth, and he was well versed on,
They thought he had a mine shaft in his backyard.
Yes.
Or he does have one.
Yes, he does.
Can you go show it to us if we can get through here? Let's pull some cable through, please. Tim Wyman, we're talking with folks. This is live. We're in the Claremont area. We're in the home here as we walk through, going to the back. I want to bring this. This is live television. We can get enough cable. Can we make it? We're out of cable right now. Bring some more if you can. Watch your step here, Dennis. This is just...
People at home, bring some cable.
Not real good here. Come on, Dennis. Come on through. Watch your step right there. There's cords in front of you, folks. It's in total disarray, but we're live again. And coming through the...
You can't plan this.
Jacuzzi here on what was a patio once. This is just not really good living right here. We come back to the back here. Okay, we're live. Is that as far as we can get? Okay, we got our cord here. I hope you still have our picture.
He's got.
We're coming through. I'm going to show you now right here. Here is a
cable.
This is the shaft he called his mine shaft.
Holy shit.
Yeah, it's serious. See it?
How far down does it go?
I mean, it looks like it's well
built. It goes quite a ways down. It goes probably, you can look down the shaft if you can get in there.
Can you get a camera over there? Maybe not. Let's see if we can get a camera.
This guy has no idea what kind of crew he has.
Yes, sir.
Flakes.
I said, Shawn, stop it. Quit it. You know what's going on here? This is getting a little out of line. You need to go to keep working. And now it's it's getting a little out of hand.
And she's got a Rocks and Minerals book right there. You see that?
Yeah, and a pack of Marlboro Reds and a Dr. Pepper.
No, wait, keep going, man.
Oh, no, he didn't want to listen to me. He makes me go down this hole,
He took you down inside?
Oh, yeah. So we're down 25 feet down this hole. It's like I'm looking around. I go, well, as long as we're down here, I said, why don't you go ahead and just dig me, and just dig until I see time. As long as I would like to see time. As long as you've already dug this far, just dig so I can see time. That'd be cool.
What do you mean time?
Well, like over the ages, like was it Grand Canyon or whatever? I'd like to see I like to see time. Because it's weird to have that big old. It's weird that down there too. It was weird down there.
Okay, now you're showing me this. If we can show this right here, Dennis, in front of us here.
It's a fucking
this
operation in his
coming out of
backyard.
his mine shaft.
Yes, sir.
Where is there gold here? I see just nothing but like a rocky, dusty rock.
Shine a bright light on it, you can see there's flake like.
See?
This gold flake color.
He still buys it?
He was good at being a con man. He was definitely good at being a con man. Because, he got over on everybody.
He burned out of that dirt I had sitting on my coffee table at home. My friend Neil, his father owns a gold mine up in Oregon.
This is Bucky.
He saw these chunks sitting on my friend Neil, and he says, "Oh, where'd you get these? And did I give you those?" I said, "No, Shawn did those." Well, he'd already met Shawn and thought Shawn was off his rocker, so, he goes, "What do you mean Shawn gave you those?" I said, "I watched him burn this particular chunk right here out of the dirt, And he's like, "No way, this is what my dad does when he shows off with his gold mine." And he says, "And they look just like this." And I'm like,
And he's having a problem with the city because he wanted to stake a claim here?
He did.
He did stake a claim.
Yes,
You still do
And
that?
he felt the city was harassing him?
Well, yes.
That's what you said, the words you used.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In what way? Because they wouldn't give him a claim here, if you will?
If you will.
Well, no, he got a claim. He filed it, and it's recorded.
Okay, we have somebody here now. We're going to... Excuse us.
Is this that neighbor they were?
Wait a minute, hold on. Don't pull that cord, please. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Don't swear at who are you, but who are you? Okay. We're gonna leave the premises now. Wait a minute, just a minute. Who are you, ma'am? Who are you? Okay, but do you live here?
None of your business.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
No reason to talk that way. We're on our way out as long as we know who you are. Who are you? Are you his former girlfriend? Okay, we have other people yelling at us now. We're going to get out of here. It's not a very good situation here right now. Come on, Dennis, let's just work our way out. We're going to keep the camera rolling in case something would happen. Keep the camera rolling. Are we still live?
I want someone to see my ass get kicked live on TV.
Can you hear us, KSI?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're still live.
We're coming back through. Let's stay with us.
Yeah, they're not going for a bathroom break
I hear
on
a
this
male's
one.
voice outside swearing at us using profane language.
Oh,
you
that's
heard the
top
lady.
story.
We are leaving here right now.
Poor cable
And
guys,
again, this
dragging
place
this
just
cable
looks
around.
awful. I don't have a word to describe it. We might have lost our signal. I don't know.
No, you're still there, Rod. You still got you. Keep going, guy.
We're out. It's over.
just
Tim,
awful.
if you could come out as we finish, we're going to get Tim Wyman here. There's no
Out of
police here.
breath.
There's nothing. There are some news crews. But let me just talk to Tim Wyman one last time. Tim, you don't plan on staying here, I would imagine.
Who was that?
No, I don't.
Where are you going? Who was that woman? Please, you know her. Who was that?
Well, I don't know her that well.
Who is it? Was that his former girlfriend?
Not that I know of.
You said you know her. How did you meet her?
I've just seen her a couple of times, but I don't want to talk now because people are upset.
Are you in fear of your life?
No.
Or any kind of reaction,
Jesus Christ,
heavy
dude, let
duty
the segment go.
problems with any people?
Go
Not that I
home.
know
You
of.
don't think anybody's going to harass you?
No.
Okay, well, thank
This
you for
guy
being
Tim
with
is
us.
pretty
Michael.
cool.
Well, I'm sorry for the problems, and I didn't want me to cause any problems, but I just wanted everybody to know Shawn wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't.
I think that's really sweet.
I think so too.
Anyway, so that's kind of that's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Now, ultimately, we have to get to which Avenger is he? Is he the War Machine? Is he the Mole Man? Is he Bane?
Yeah. Flag Smasher.
Yeah, U.S. Agent.
Yeah.
USA Slob.
Is there like a gold-based one?
The Molten Man? Or...
Yeah.
Oh, there's no gold.
No.
There's no gold.
Is there a fake gold-based one?
But man, like you really see like what meth can do.
Yeah.
Like when they get up to some shit, they get up to some shit.
Yeah. They really went down the rabbit hole, dude.
Literally. God. Fuck. These people.
It was good. I mean, looked like a good-looking mine. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, nice square.
Mm-hmm.
But in the theme of revenge, people said this thing, and like people like like the filmmaker that does kind of say like, oh, it was one man's revenge against a society that let him down. People echoed that statement, and his ex-wife came out and goes, "It was just meth."
Yeah. Yeah.
Meth always leaves you
Yeah,
down.
meth let him down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way down.
But I kept watching that footage during the documentary, and I was just imagining different songs playing. Simply the Meth is stuck in my head.
Simply the Meth.
And just him like taking over fucking fire hydrants. Water just cascading miles in the air.
You're the meth. Around.
You could do anything. You could go. You could do Bulls on Parade to that.
Yeah,
It'd be
that's
dope.
cool. Yeah.
Running with the Devil would be pretty tight.
You wouldn't have to change anything.
No.
Bride of the Valkyries.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, definitely. That dude, his friend, who that one neighbor is sitting there talking with him with. Later, she's interviewed on her own. She goes, well, you watch out for his best friend, that guy that was hanging out with him like every day, like, she's like, he was telling him that he was right on about everything. The guy I said it was his Bucky. And that dude later, he's going like, yeah, he's like, I remember seeing demons in the daytime. And the guy's going like, were you on meth at that time? He's like, yeah. So you didn't see any demons? There's no gold in that fucking hole.
Yeah.
Shut up. Well, I mean, but it also shows that this guy had everybody really buying.
Yeah, because he was giving him meth.
Yeah.
I think so, but even some of the other ones, it's like, well, he's got a serious looking mind here.
Yeah, well, you can do some good work.
Yeah.
I mean, every time
Not productive, but it's solid.
If every time you agree with this guy, you get meth, you're going to build up like a real Pavlov's dog situation.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, and the city didn't do anything. Like, he was having
no, they shot him.
This revenge against, well, that's true, but like, they gave him the permit.
Yeah.
Like.
He's pissed he didn't find any gold.
Yeah.
He was.
And then he stopped paying his bills.
Yeah.
And he left shit all over the place.
Yeah.
And,
think he was digging for meth?
No, I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I bet being down there, he was real nuts when he got down there.
Yeah,
in the dark.
Meth and then solitary confinement.
Oh my God! It's got a little bat cave.
In a backwards
But
way.
he's my third Avenger. He's my third Avenger.
Yeah.
I think maybe War Machine is possibly the best.
Yeah. That's pretty close, I guess.
Pretty close.
But if like War Machine flew into like a building or something and just could, was not control of it.
But I do believe, honestly, they did not have to shoot this guy.
No, but
what was he gonna do next? I don't know. Yeah, he couldn't even go to the hospital or the army without getting into a fight with somebody.
Yeah.
So it seems like it was maybe the Hulk is kind of an accurate one.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
He was definitely smashing,
and he had two these two different personalities.
True.
Yeah,
he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Until he got into that green hulking monster, smashing everything in his path.
I think we did it. We did it.
Yeah,
we did it. Way to go, guys.
Yeah. All right.
Good team effort all around.
But yeah,
Good team.
That's my little theme on revenge and
true eccentrics.
True eccentrics, a true team of revengers.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Tura is the coolest.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it is really crazy when people just get on one and are like, they got to have their revenge. I find it so fascinating.
This guy had the least
cause
and thought out revenge. Mm-hmm. The other two were far more meticulous, true revengers.
Yeah.
This guy was more of a mayhem.
Well, the Hulk, you could say the same.
Yeah. Well, he is the Hulk.
Yeah. He's like, whoever has a problem with me right now.
Yeah. Who's in the way?
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the Hulk, he decided that, you know what, I'm going to stay in this this body for a while. I'm not going back to that other guy.
That smart guy.
Yeah.
Fuck him.
No.
So also, so here's the thing too about this thing. So this guy, he goes in, there's like a fucking 8-foot chain link fence. He's over that like, no problem. This guy does meth. You know what I mean? He's got a 25-foot drop in his fucking backyard,
For all we know, he came up through the ground.
Yeah, your dinky little, exactly. Yeah, he might have tunneled there. Your dinky little fucking 8-foot fence ain't doing shit. And these things are push button, start.
Yeah.
2 of them don't start. He hops tank to tank. Then finally a guard sees him and he's like, there's nothing I can do. And it's like, you're the National Guard. And so the guy just calls the cops. The National Guard calls the police to be like, somebody stole one of our tanks.
He called
we have 2 more, but they won't start, sir.
Yeah. I'm not your commanding officer. I'm a simple cop. Just clearing the streets for this tank to get out of the way. Like, dude, wild. And then they were also really considering in this 23-minute time frame, getting other tanks against them, and then they were like, the National Guard using military force on a citizen is gonna be like complicated.
It's not a great look.
Yeah.
They should have just got a bunch of his friends, tricked him into digging a hole in front of his path. And tank would have fallen right in.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. But if he doesn't go over that barrier, who knows how long it could go on for, and then
He runs out of diesel.
Yeah.
Yeah. But do more people get killed?
Maybe. Hulk smash, dude.
He really fucking smashed it up. I can't believe I never heard of that guy before.
I had heard of this story, but I didn't know anything about the mine. I do remember the guy stole a tank and ran it through San Diego.
Fucking crazy.
Wasn't there another tank story like 10 plus years ago?
Well, there was Killdozer.
Right.
No. There's another tank one.
I feel like there's another tank one. It's like we got to get the kids off the streets, but what about the tanks?
Yeah. It's right to bear arms, dude.
Yeah, how big are the arms? Hulk arms?
23 millimeter cannons.
Jesus Christ.
Now, do we know what kind of tank it was?
Oh, yeah. An M60A3. It's 31 feet long, and you can see he's always driving it backwards in the thing. Like, it's not...
He doesn't have the turret pointed forward.
It's like a cool hairstyle.
It's like a backwards hat for tanks.
But so once he gets caught on that barrier, they're able to open the hatch, and they're going like stop, and they see him still trying to work the tank out, and they're on top, so they're getting like kind of shaken off.
Yeah.
And then one of them just shot him in the neck, and I think he died the next day.
Oh yeah, fire into this enclosed space.
But his brother's watching it on TV, not knowing it's his brother, of course. Yeah. And his brother said he didn't blame the PD. It's got a lot of shit to it. Mostly it's just a mess. You know what I mean?
It's the meth.
Yeah. It's the meth. It's the meth. But it's sad.
Yeah.
It is sad. But also like you're like, this guy literally couldn't go anywhere without it being a problem. Except his house. It seems like where he was just mowing lawns at night and having the time of his life. Totally zooted on methamphetamine.
Damn.
Yeah. Getting real crazy ideas about what's in the dirt behind his house.
Well, I wonder if if the lawnmower was like he thought I was having trouble, then he took it apart and he couldn't put it back together. He's like,
better get a tank.
Well,
and that's the thing too, is that this other fucking asshole with him is seeing demons. Of course this guy can see fucking gold in the dirt.
Right. Yeah.
Of course he can.
It's down there.
100% believe it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, here's a coin from
and then sprinkling
1996.
gold in.
Look.
Right? It's definitely gold, right?
He could have started a religion.
Oh, he did. I think they were going to have a fucking meth head plumbing company.
Somehow you have less pipes than when you started.
We'll come at any time. But yeah, those are the Revengers, boys.
Very nice, John.
You like that?
You like that shit?
I do, sure do.
All right. Well, I hope you learned a lot. I hope you thought a lot about vengeance and people you would like,
I've got a list.
Yeah, sure.
Check it twice.
I'm putting lipstick on.
Mm-hmm.
Try checking names off the list.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with those guys. They're my team. The Hulk, the Black Widow, and the Thunder God.
That's right.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, we'll do Patreon.
Thank you, John. Very nice.
Yes. I want to say good night. My name is John Fahey.
I'm Aaron Pita.
Good
night, everybody. We love you.